to the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom. And today I have Ben and Crystal with iprint Tshirtz. Hey y'all, hey. Okay, so we are here today to talk about y'all business, how y'all got started, some of the struggles y'all faced, some of the successes. So we're gonna start from the top. But before we start, I want each of you guys to tell me a little bit about yourself and what do you do. So we can go ahead and start with Ben.
Okay, well, my name is Ben. I'm a military, straight out of high school, did 8 years. I've been printing T-shirts for 13 years. Got into it as soon as I got back from Iraq and introduced it to my fiance, and she put it into overdrive and made it into a business.
Yes,
and here we are today.
Yes.
Quick store, nice and clean.
Nice, I like that. Miss Crystal?
Yes, my name is Crystal. Born and raised in Orlando, Florida. Went to Jones High. Went to Cypress Creek as well. So I'm pretty familiar with the area, and I have a lot of friends and family here. I'm an accountant by trade, so I do have a 9-to-5 as an accountant. But once I saw that the T-shirts add up and it made sense, dollars make sense, definitely. I decided that, hey, we need to go ahead and make this a business.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for so long, and so I like to say he's the production or the muscle, and I'm more so the brains and the beauty.
Right.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. That's amazing. I love to hear stories where, you know, men, like he has the vision, he has the hands to do the work, but you are able to come in as the queen and put the dream alive. You know what I'm saying? Put them things together and make it work.
Yes.
But also another question I like to ask people: how did we connect?
Me and you?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I don't know if you contacted him first or me first, but I think it was me through yes, of course.
Shout out to
Jasmine. But definitely, of course, on T-shirts. And so we've kind of been rocking ever since.
Yeah.
Like I said, I watch you. I check out your page and your shows, and I just appreciate everything you're doing. I thank you for allowing us to bring our platform here.
Thank you. No problem. That's what it's all about. Like, I just want to shed light on different people's business and what they're doing and, you know, what they got going on, because at the end of the day, I have a platform that touch different people, and people need to know what it is that other people have out here that they're doing, because it's so much that people are doing that the world just don't know.
Yeah,
you know?
No, definitely. And shout out to all the Black entrepreneurs. I mean, I feel like that is so on the rise right now, as far as people of color just, you know, taking control of their life and their situation, and realizing that if you're trying to be a millionaire or you're trying to be wealthy or successful, you may need more than a 9-to-5 to get there.
Not only that, like, you're just not happy, like you're not content. At the end of the day, it pays the bills, but it's not where you want to be, and you matter none, like, to these big business. Like, of course, until you get there, of course you need to work for somebody, but at the end of the day, when you start to realize you're nobody, like, you're nobody if you're here today, right? Yeah, you're here today, you gone tomorrow, and it's and with them saying, I guess Florida is a right to work state.
What? That part.
So, you know what I'm saying? Right. And it's like, now people are taking the matters into their own hand and bringing in their own dough, and that's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
It is.
I mean, it's ultimately the American dream.
Yeah.
The American dream is not to have a 9-to-5.
Right.
Everybody wants a little business, and granted, we're fairly small compared to a lot of other t-shirt companies, but we're fairly big as well. You know what I mean? We have a small piece of the huge pie, but it's doing more than enough. You know what I mean? And it just takes that leap of faith.
Yeah, that's right. And you're right. It does take a leap of faith, and it takes persistence, because, you know, sometimes you feel like you want to give up, like things are probably not popping the way you want it to pop, and business is not booming the way you want it to boom. And for me, who have a podcast, sometimes I feel like the viewers are not coming in like I want them to come in. For real, I'm saying, no, trust me, it's hard. It's hard out
it all comes down to I would say networking. Like if you have a service and I have a service, then let's keep it out of Walmart or Sony, your big name brands, and let's keep it in house and with each other. Like we know all these people, and we'll go see all our friends every day. We have a friend that cuts hair. We have a friend that does digital media. We have a friend that does this, but then we'll just go to say hello. We won't use their services or see how we can barter our services so that we both don't spend any money and we still come up together. That's one thing I say as a people we need to start doing this. If let's say right now how we are, we've looked several times into investing into other companies of color to bring them up by the bootstraps. Oh, you got an idea? Well, come on, let's go. Let's get it going. Let's see what it takes. And it's fall by the wayside, but that's to other people's want and persistence for better things. But that's how I see us all as a people turning this whole thing around as a country. As in, when one person got it, okay, now split it in half. Let's both have a half, and let's build it up. So now we both have one, and we can split it in half again. And now it's 4 of us business owners sitting here talking, and not just 3 or 4 throughout the city. We have a group of people, young entrepreneurs.
Yes, that's what it's about.
Helping build us up. And we don't need the big industries. We don't need the publishing companies. We don't need the big alphabet T-shirt company. We can do it ourselves. We can do all this stuff ourselves if we can
just work together.
Put our pride.
Work together.
Put your pride to the side.
But you know what? It goes back to we were systematically trained to tear each other down. You know what I'm saying? It's all systematic, and if we can just realize and understand, like, it's systematic. This is what they want. They want us to not work together. They want us to not, because they know as a people, if we just get together and really realize our power.
That's the biggest thing that everybody's afraid of.
That's the problem. That's why they do everything they can to keep us from uniting and realizing, if we come together, the power that we have as a team is amazing. But the thing is, they have us thinking that everybody trying to pull us down. If you got a T-shirt company and I come through with a T-shirt company and we friends, and it's like, she's trying to bite off our ideas. She's coming for us. You know what I'm saying? She's coming for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and instead of like, okay, sister, you doing a T-shirt now too? Let me give you some pointers. Let me give you some ideas. Let's work together. Let's collaborate. I can show you how to do this, and I can come in new, but still have some things that I can bring to the table. But instead of just trying to see that, we see somebody trying to take our life. You know what I'm saying?
But I can say one thing: as a business, we both, being the business partners and being owners of the company, we have decided that, there's enough cake to go around. There's enough cake for everybody just to get a slice. You know what I mean? So it's never no ill feeling. I know a couple friends that make T-shirts and things like that. I'm always like, okay, well, you should do it like this, this, and this. Cut you some time. This is how you should do it to save you some money. I'm definitely a big saver, just because I'm an accountant by trade. So I don't have to charge you an arm and a leg to get this shirt. You know what I mean? I'm not in a non-profit business. Don't get me wrong. I want to make some money, but at the same time, I need to be cost effective for you, but I also got to be cost effective for myself. And so we really take pride in trying to provide that as a service, with being cost effective for the young entrepreneur, for the people that are coming up. I mean, you have your 9 to 5 to pay for your bills. It's like, how do I pay for my dreams? So collaborating and just being, real. Collaborating with services, bargaining, however you can. We definitely take pride in that.
And think of the business. I'm sorry. Think of the business and not the limelight. That's everybody wants to shine these days. Everybody wants to be on front street. Everybody wants to be in front of the camera. It's not about that. And that actual want, it is damaging the actual hard work that needs to be put in. Because like everybody's sitting here in front of the camera, nobody's back here doing the hard work to build the foundation. So the platform that these people are standing on is crumbling. That's what we need to build up as a young entrepreneurial group, like we're doing right now. We didn't have to go to Channel 6 News or whatever to talk about a company. We come right here, absolutely, as a people, and progress. That's all together. Progression.
And it's crazy because up and coming, I don't know if I would call him an artist, but he's Instagram type celebrity, but now he's doing other things. His name is Jay Versace. My oldest daughter loves him. But he had a video not too long ago talking about it and saying that you see people come out, like say for example, you see somebody come out with a t-shirt company and they booming off rip, like dang, you know what I'm saying, like what they, you know, and you, cause and it's human nature, you looking in the background like damn, what they doing, you know what I'm saying, like what they doing, and he was saying, you know, at the end of the day, what you doing is the right thing, but not only that, it's the right thing, cause just cause somebody won't come out booming, that don't mean they got the right thing.
You don't know what they did.
Right, you don't know, right, and like he said, it's crumbling right underneath them. They coming out looking like they booming, but that hard work and dedication that y'all putting in, starting from the ground zero, is really what matters. Because when you guys get to the top, you worked endlessly,
and the foundation is strong.
Versus that fast. Oh, I'm here, because I see it every day. Like I see podcasts come out, and people, it's just like, damn, they did that.
Hey, with your followers or viewers,
like, what you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I legitly be looking like, what you doing? But at the end of the day, whatever it is, not saying that it's not legit, but whatever it is that you're doing, sometimes when you start, like from where I'm at, you realize, okay, when you get up there, you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be hard for somebody to tear it away from you.
Absolutely. Definitely. So talking about starting from ground zero, let's talk about how y'all started and like how it all started for y'all.
So you've been to the old place, and our whole living room was the shop. But we did have a mini workshop off of All American. We recently closed that because we bought the house, and so now everything is at home. And we're working on remodeling the garage to make that all the shop.
Right.
So hopefully by the end of the year, that will be the thing. But I'm definitely going to record it and let the world get on it.
There you go. We were just talking about vlog, and that would be perfect.
It's gonna be major. It's gonna be major for us. Again, I'm an accountant. I want to save us money, and to have a low overhead is my biggest goal. Right. So, you know, by getting the house, we close the shop just because we're like, okay, we need to try to save some money. Bring it here. So now it's like, okay, well now we have our own land. Let's add on to it and, you know, make the shop here so that we don't have a lot of overhead and no one, again, can take that away from us. So,
at all.
But as far as starting from the bottom,
yes,
I know nothing about T-shirts.
You learned a lot, girl.
I can tell you how it went. Like, I needed a trade when I got out of the military, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, won't you come do T-shirts?" So I started folding T-shirts. So skip 10 years. I'm actually producing the T-shirts now, and I always saw the money in it. I always saw like my skill set. I picked it up really fast. So working with other business owners and giving my tips and advice, I saw the money, hundreds of thousands, millions, even in quarters, 3 months, 6 months, quarters. They're making 1.2, 1.6 million dollars, and I'm thinking, I did all the hard work.
Right, absolutely.
But I got crumbs literally to the meal that they were eating, and I got tired of it. So that vision made me put my company in my head, which is iPrint, which has been up there for a while. And this lovely young lady, sitting talking, she was like, "Babe, won't just do it?" she's like, I have the money, let's do it. I was like, I don't know, the market's is rough right now because we were just coming out of 2008-ish recession, and everything was still kind of So I was like, let's wait. She's like, no, do it. Here's my card, buy what you need, let's go. Cool. I went out, bought all the equipment we needed to go, gave her a brief overview of what we needed to do, and we literally started this company, in our bedroom.
That's right.
We scooted the bed over.
That's right.
Put a desk up against the wall, and that was the office. And we bought the stuff we needed, and we did half bedroom, half office.
Right.
We did what we do. So one thing I would like to say to all the young entrepreneurs, you don't need a massive warehouse to start a company. We started in our bedroom. We've owned shops. Now we bought the house off of the company we started in our bedroom. So I can say to this point that it's not a 40-yard dash. Anything you start in any business, it's not a 40-yard dash. It's a marathon.
Yes.
It's a marathon. So you're not gonna get to the finish line or close to the finish line to see some success quickly.
Right.
So don't let that discourage you, because some people are like, I didn't make $100,000 my first year. I don't want to do it no more. I'm gonna find something else.
Right.
Then somebody else gonna come behind you and not make that $100,000 first year. They probably make a little less, but that second year they made $200,000 because now you out of the business, so they took your $100,000 plus $800,000.
Right.
So you can't give up because you don't see the success immediately. It's not gonna come quick.
And mine too.
I mean, he tell me all the time. I mean, I'm like, oh, there's no orders in. What's going on? And he's just like, Krys, just chill. And then next thing you know, it's like, we got too much stuff. And he's like, it's never too much stuff. And I'm like, you right, but he's like, you was just complaining that we didn't have anything. Now you're talking about we got too much. Which one you want? So definitely, I always want too much.
Right.
Definitely.
Always want too much.
But I definitely thank all of our customers, all of our clients, just everybody that's been rocking with us from the jump. We couldn't have done it without them.
Right.
That's just how.
So how were you like your first type of client? Like how was it like at first? Like how did you guys kind of get the buzz out there? Because I know when you work for a company, it's different than when you try to go on your own.
Around the time that Black Lives Matter started, we started with one shirt.
Okay.
And it was a Black Lives Matter shirt. And we sold that shirt, I think, for like $10. $10. We were just making them random and just selling them for $10. Cool. It worked. So the shirt cost us $5. We sold it for $10. Now we got $5 extra. $5 profit. And we just kept doing that to where, okay, we need this. Now let's get that.
Right.
We need this. Now let's get that. So that we can make more shirts. You know what I mean? At one point, we only had one style of printing in front of us. Right now, we have 5 styles of printing. So, and we've only been in business for 3 years. So it's been crazy. It's been rapid growth, but it's all been very consistent, very long nights, a lot of hard work, a lot of budgeting. Definitely.
Yeah, that's the thing about being an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You gotta make sacrifices.
You have to
and if you don't make sacrifices, then something will struggle.
Yeah.
And
then
trust me, I know. I have like the end of the year, like last year was booming. Like I was doing all this stuff. And then the end of the year came and it just crumbled. And that's because I didn't budget. I didn't think about, okay, Tasha, you got to make sure you handle this to handle that. You know what I'm saying? But, at the end of the day, it was a lesson that I will never forget because now I know.
You learn the hard way, definitely. So the lessons is our trial and error.
Yes, I was looking at myself at the end of the year like, this is how you ended the year? Like, you had an amazing year.
This is what it is.
This is what it is. But that's what it is when you don't budget or you don't, you just gotta think smart. You can't just be out here just doing stuff.
You gotta plan. A lot of people don't plan. A lot of people will contact us about shirts and be like, how much are your shirts? That's the general question. That's all they email me. That's all I say. How much are your shirts? And I have to ask, well, what do you want on the shirt? And then I have to pry and dig. So I would say when it comes to starting a business, down to something as simple as ordering a T-shirt, know what you want.
Yeah.
Know what you want that outcome to be before you even start your first step. Because if you can't see the outcome, then your first step's gonna be clouded anyway. You gotta see where you're trying to go to take the first right step. Because if not, you can go left, you can go right, and never reach your dream. So plan. Measure 30 times, cut once. Don't cut 30 times after measuring only one time. Because it'll mess everything up. So
trust me,
plan.
we get the Facebook memories and we
you look at me.
bringing this shirt.
So are you an artist or because you do logos too, right?
Yes and no. So
y'all get my logo?
But that's kind of simple. It's
Okay.
basic, you know what I mean? Now, he does have a graphic design degree. So that is in his background as well. And then we have someone that we partner with for art.
Yeah, shout out to the University of Phoenix.
No loans. Oh my God. Like they got me.
But to the point where I guess it all depends on what you're looking for. And one thing with logos is a lot of people do not understand the time it takes to make a logo. Even if it's something simple like that, how many times we went through that logo?
Yeah.
Honestly, how many times, just back and forth, just us, we went through that logo plenty of times before we got to that. Luckily, you had a vision of what you wanted somewhere to steer us. You know what I mean? Most people don't even have their vision. They want you to bring that vision to life. So then it's not even yours, it's mine.
Right.
I created the brand.
So I try to tell people all the time, like, you want me to do your logo and you want me to make your logo, but you don't want to hear that it's $25 an hour. And that's being reasonable because the artist that we pair with is he's worked at Disney. He's a top-notch artist. Off rent, he's already charging $40 an hour.
Yeah, they call. That's the thing. People don't want to pay us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to pay us.
This is my thing. If I can make any shirt right now in Walmart, I can make that shirt for you, and we can put them on the table, and you probably couldn't pick Walmart from mine. But here's the difference. If I was to sell you that shirt, you want a discount. Or you wouldn't want to pay full price for it. But you'll go directly into Walmart
and just
stand in that line. And if that lady says $25 for that t-shirt, you're going in your purse, you're going to hand her $25. You're not bartering with her trying to haggle the price at Walmart. So don't come do that to your own people.
Right. And
like, how am I supposed to succeed if I'm giving everybody discounts and breaking even?
But that goes back to that systematic. They want us to not be able to come up. So we condition to believe, okay, boom. Oh, my homeboy now open a chicken shop. I'm finna go there and I'm gonna eat for free. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how your homeboy gonna keep that chicken shop if you eat for free?
Right.
Who's paying for the chicken?
Right. Absolutely.
Who's buying the chicken?
Well, I just wish, and I hope like episodes like this can let people know that you gotta stop. Like we say it. And it's a bad habit because I'm not gonna front. Sometimes I say it too, like, oh, my homegirl, she done open a t-shirt shop, girl, I'll get a discount. You know what I mean? It's like a bad habit. It's systematic in our head. Like the first thing you think when you hear my friend or my homegirl or my friend's friend, you know, my friend's friend's got a t-shirt. Can I get a discount, girl? I know you get a discount. Can you hook me up? You know what I'm saying?
Order for me. I get that all the time. Like, okay, well, you still look at the same price.
Like you really gotta stop, y'all. Like for real, like.
And stop getting upset when we tell you we can't do it, because support does not start with the letter D. ISCOUNOT. It's not. Discount is not support. They don't go hand in hand. They don't belong in the same sentence.
Right.
We can't come up supporting everybody or giving everybody a discount. It doesn't work like that.
So what are some of the struggles? Okay, so now that, because you guys started off basically like a family and friends business,
Yeah.
Right? So what are some of the struggles now that you guys, because I think when I met y'all, I think y'all just started getting like actual contracts.
Right.
Yes.
So now y'all doing contract work. So what are the struggles now that
Good help is hard to find.
Yes.
Listen, I listen to the radio stations all day about Indeed, how they get all these people and it takes months to find somebody good. That is true. We've had several employees and had to fire several employees because of what I didn't realize. What I have to realize now is you have to look into people's personal life. Excuse me. You have to look into their personal life because somebody's personal life can tell you a lot about how they're going to be in their work life.
Right.
And people at home are messy. And if they're messy at home, they live a messy lifestyle away from the business. When they come to the business, they're gonna continue to be messy. So that affects your business. And then now, instead of me trying to progress my company and doing what I need to do to get us to a higher level, I gotta keep a sideline on you. So I can't have two eyes on the future. If I'm gonna look side eyeing you and hey, let me do that. Let me clean that up. Let me watch over you. I can't keep doing that. So back to that whole general statement, good help is hard to find.
It is, and I would second that. I mean, I've had a number of people locally that I know personally, like, okay, look, this is what we gonna do. I have some change. I need this, that, and the third done. I don't want to do it. I will pay you to do it. And then you don't want to do it. It's like, I'm not saying you could doing it for free. I'm actually willing to pay you. But then you give me half service or you do it when you want to do it. And it's just like, well, I know we friends, but come on, like, good help is very hard to find.
I mean, it's nothing to say. Like, I see that because when I just started a new job and when I left my old job, I was there for 8 years and I became, well, I know it's kind of different because these are people you just now putting on the table, like, okay, boom. But like, just looking into myself after a while, I started to hate it so much that now that I'm trying to be an entrepreneur, I looked and I said, dang, Tasha, would you hire you?
Right.
Like legitimately. People don't ask, right. And I never did until I started to try to become an entrepreneur. Because I'm like, eventually I'm going to want people to work for me. I'm going to want people to do the lights. I'm going to want people to do the cameras. I want the podcast to evolve, and I'm going to have to pay people to do certain things. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I have just sat down and was like, Tasha, would you hire you the way you? And I was like, damn, no, I'll be on here working on my podcast stuff, just doing all kinds of stuff.
If I gotta be up to 2, 3 in the morning and I know I gotta be to my regular job at 6 o'clock to get it done, that's what I'm gonna do. Just because I know I'm not gonna let me down.
Right. And it's your passion, it's yours.
Exactly.
And that's what it is when it's not somebody, they don't care.
No.
They don't care. You really have to
invested in
right, they're not invested like you are.
We lost a major contract last year, and a lot of people know that we're small and we post a lot of custom stuff on Facebook and Instagram, but we print shirts. 1 shirt, 1,000 shirts, whatever. Like, we can handle that volume. We screen print, and that's what we do, but we hired some help and they just didn't produce the job correctly. They didn't give the quality that we would give. They didn't look over the order. You know what I mean? And it's like, if I'm printing 1,000 shirts, I gotta go check 1,000 shirts that you just already printed? Like, no, you check them as you go along. And if you got a mistake, by all means, we can fix that.
Right.
But let us know you got a mistake. So we ended up trusting this person to do the work and come back, and I'm talking about this lady just ripped us in half, and all we could do was apologize, but it was a lesson learned, definitely, and we couldn't blame anyone but ourselves, because guess what? We hired that person. That's just what it is, and I'm not going back to that person, oh, you cost me this contract. No, we cost ourselves that contract. Because we knew what it was. And so, whether you're trying to be nice and give somebody some work or help somebody out or whatever the case may be, if it doesn't fit your quality, if it doesn't fit your brand, do not rock with it.
It don't matter.
Bring your company down.
It will. You have to. Yeah.
Another thing, friends and family,
the worst.
do not work. Don't hire them. Don't hire them. Don't hire them, because it's very hard for people to differentiate or that word between when you're trying to be stern and serious and you're trying to be their family member. They can't separate the two. You already have, because you started a business, so you understand family from business. They don't. All they see you as is family. So once you put them onto the business, they still see you as Uncle Ben or Brother Ben. So it's, hey, can I do this, that, and third? But then when you make them fall in line to the business, it's different. So going back to your point of some of the hardships of owning your own business is time management. Also, what we've just found out is your kids. You gotta make time for your kids. You gotta turn off the company.
My kids will say, we gotta go drop off more shirts. Y'all notice what we do. Like, get it together. At the same time, I get it. We always consumed in shirts, so we definitely have to take a break and detox and give each other that time as well as our kids.
So what do you guys do to detox? Like, what are some things you guys do as a family, or even just y'all when y'all have to just get away from the shirts?
Well, she's usually out playing. Like, I'm usually with my head down into some shirts, but like we do concerts. That's a good thing.
Beach is our favorite thing.
We love going to the beach. Farmers markets. We're always at farmers market looking at new material or what's popular out there, what's going on. Keeping your ear to the street is
it's very important.
Very key.
Yes,
and with social media these days, how polluted it is, you have to go to the root of things, meaning get out there, out of your house, off your phone, put it in your pocket, and actually look around and what's going on in the streets to actually get the pulse of the streets, which keeps us current, meaning that we can keep drawing people in because we know which materials are feeling good right now with the weather, how people are feeling with the seasons. Because what people don't realize is garments and colors change with the season. Like, we're coming off, we just had the color of the year was a peachish type color. Most people won't catch that, but aesthetically speaking, once we put that on the site and put a lot of things in coral, they're drawn to it and they have no clue why. I think it's to educate people on why and what clothes can actually do for you. Like, people don't realize what a good t-shirt can do for your self-esteem.
How long have you had that t-shirt?
Girl, I've had this t-shirt for like a year, maybe, and I wear this like when I do all my events. I wear it, and I wore this last episode too, and not thinking that you guys were gonna come on this episode, but I did want to wear it to rep again, y'all. You know, you guys' work and you know my brand at the same time. But I was like, dang, they coming in. I need to wear their shirt. You know, I wore last week's episode, but it don't matter. But yes, I've had this shirt, but this is so comfortable.
Yes,
it's one of my favorites. I was disappointed at first in the beginning when I started working with you guys, because I had the black shirt and it was like the cotton material. And when we got to the white shirts, I was like, well, we can't do the cotton material for the white shirts. And I'm like, oh, I don't, I really, you just use that's what you used to, and then y'all brought it out and it was like, all right. First of all, I love the fact that the color is bleeded into the shirt. So this does not wash out. It's like
sublimation. It's a dye. It's a dye process with 100% polyester shirts. And it actually is bonded into the shirt like a tie-dye shirt, but with direction. And it'll never come out. You can bleach that shirt, leave it out in the sun, wash it, it'll come back and look at it.
Listen, I've had this shirt for like, I think about a year. I think it's coming up on a year that I had started working with you guys. And I mean, and I've been wearing this shirt and I'm telling you, it's the truth. Like, it literally is comfortable. Like, when it's hot out, the material is comfortable, when it's hot and stuff like that. So definitely, I absolutely love this shirt. But I wanted to wear it to rep, I'm like, when they coming on, because it's crazy. I never realized how much I support the people that come on.
Yeah.
Like, I always have a piece of them when they come in.
Yeah.
So it's like, ooh, I got a piece of her, I got a piece of this, you know.
Right.
But I do definitely try to support the people that come to my show, because I don't want to just bring people on. Like, some people that come on, I've been supporting them for a while, and they come on years later, like, oh, it's not, you know, I bought your shirt years ago, you know, whatever. But definitely, I absolutely love it. I need to get with y'all to get some more stuff going.
No problem.
Get with this.
I need a logo for, well, I pretty much have the logo, but I want shirts for traveling pants.
Nice.
And I wanted to verify, you guys do other things other than shirts, though, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
so even though I print t-shirts, because we get that all the time, so I'm glad you asked. Even though it's I print t-shirts, we can pretty much print on anything. Hats, t-shirts, mugs, glasses, sandals,
And all your promotional items.
we just bought new buttons. I don't know why I didn't bring you one. We just ordered I print buttons. Headbands,
Stickers.
bandanas,
Everything. So y'all got it down. See, that's what so yes, we have to collaborate again, because I'm about to take my brands to the next levels, and I want, like, even for traveling pants, I want cups.
Yes,
Right.
nice.
You know, do you guys do you know how people do the banners? You know,
Yes.
like the backdrops?
Yes.
Y'all do backdrops?
Yes.
See, I want a backdrop. You guys,
Anything that you can pretty much think about printing on,
We do.
can
you
print
do.
on.
Yes.
So guys, y'all definitely
It's like,
need to get the
I put a lot of thought into iPrint, like the name of it, and it just goes with everything.
Everything,
Like,
right.
she asked me the other day, because we're in the process of trying to get another client. What's our motto? And
I was just gonna ask you.
and our motto
What's your mission
so
statement?
It's so simple. It's you dream, I print.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Whatever you can think of, whatever idea pops in your head, you give it to me, and I'll print. I
Nice.
print.
I like that. That's dope. Cut, clean to
Clean
the
and
point,
simple.
but it speaks volume.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're technically I print, screen printing, and embroidery. I mean, that's our official name, but our DBA is I print t-shirts, and most people know us by I print t-shirts with a Z, not an S. But I mean, we like it. We rocking with it. If you see this little P, it's normally
already know.
blue. But I try to put it on everything.
Right, and
So when you see
the
that,
logo
you
is
know
actually getting big. I see you guys' logo everywhere now.
Yeah,
Like, I see
appreciate
it, like, okay, I see I print. Like, y'all really stepping up. Y'all doing, so y'all even did contracts, because I saw, like, on y'all Facebook, y'all were doing, like, schools.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
We currently have 3 elementary schools.
listen.
We're in 2 academies right now.
Yes,
And we're in the
listen.
process of going after a couple of paint companies, like the size of Sherman-Williams, but off-brand companies. And that will be, if we get those, that's that next step. That if we would have gotten frustrated, because during the winter season she was like, "Hey babe, we're real slow. I don't know. The numbers are looking crazy." I was like, "Just relax. It's seasonal." What people don't realize is in the wintertime, around Christmas time, nobody's really buying stuff because it's all Christmas based, and the business is real slow. So, but that in January, it ramps up so hard because people are getting ready for the new year. And that's just something, if I didn't personally know and have that food for thought, then we would
probably stop.
Yeah.
So it all comes back when it comes to business is proper planning. Planning, communication, planning, and then replanning.
And learning from other people's mistakes. Because
And your own.
you'll definitely learn from your own mistakes, but learn from other people's mistakes so you don't make that mistake.
Same
You know what I
mistake,
mean?
right.
There's a lot of things that can be avoided if you just, look at other companies and how they're running, and you go to Zaxby's and you have your experience, and it's like, well, I didn't really like it. How can I do something better about it? You know what I mean? It's just it's the same reason why everybody raves about Target, about Publix, about Chick-fil-A.
Because the customer service be booming.
Exactly. So I can say that with him having 13 years under his belt, working under a number of shops here in the Orlando area and just helping them grow, once I saw like what he was doing and how he was helping them grow, I'm just like, okay, we gotta do this for ourselves now.
Right.
I'm tired of helping other people. We're gonna help ourselves. We're gonna bring this home. We're gonna do this here, and we're gonna make this grow to something from here. You know what I mean? And I can say it's been on the up and up. I've had 1,000 business ideas. I never once thought about printing a t-shirt at all. It was just, again, I never knew anything about it until him. So now I'm just consumed with it.
That's it. Like I print. That's it. Because when I started working with you guys for the first time, I dealt with you. I normally answer the question as well about how we connect. And as she stated through Yasmin, hey girl, hey. I was trying to work with somebody else, and prior to meeting you guys, and it didn't work out. I don't want to shoot nobody else's business down, so it just didn't work out. And I was complaining. I was like, at work, you go to work, complaining like, Yasmin, I need somebody. I'm trying to do this Miss Black Wall Street stuff, and I want to get my shirts, and I got my ideas, but whatever. And she was like, well, I use this girl. She do my shirts, and I think she either wore the Afro shirt with the lady with the Afro shirt,
the roof shirt.
Yes. And she was like, oh, my homegirl, she prints shirts. She told me about it way before I even started thinking about trying to have my own thing. And she was like, yeah, just like how these shirts is. I think the shirt she had on, it was kind of like bled in too. So she was like, yeah, you could wash it all these times and then whatever. And I was like, okay, And then when I started complaining about, trying to find somebody to do my shirt, she brought you guys up and she was like, hey, well, you could give him a try, and I started working with y'all.
And I understand that because the first time we dealt with you, I think you were like a little on edge, like because you had a bad experience before, and I get that all the time. I mean, I have people like, I ordered from SD or whatever, and it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, and blah blah blah. And so I like the fact that we're local and that we're a home-based business, and that if you want to order something or you have an idea and you don't quite know how to execute it, we do not mind welcoming you over to sit down and talk about it over.
That's what we did.
Just giving you options, you know what I mean? We do not mind that.
Yes, and that's true. That's true words, because that's exactly what we did. Like she kept, I gave them what I had originally, and you guys worked with it, and you still had a lot going on, but you still gave me feedback. You still said, okay, this is what we can do, or you can come through and we can look at, and then y'all had some ideas, and I was like, but then when he had put this one out, I was like, oh yeah, I like this. I love this, or whatever. And we were able to sit and put the ideas together, and like I was hands on but not really hands on at the same time, and I like that idea of being able to kind of see the vision as you guys are putting it together. Even that last time when one of the times when I couldn't remember the color. Oh, and I still have that shirt in my closet. Oh my goodness. We could not remember the color that I used. And we sat and he went over almost every blue and he pressed them and on this huge shirt and pressed them on the shirt and was like, is this the color? It was like, no. And we sat there for hours, like at least an hour, trying to find that one color. And like I appreciated that. Like a lot of people wouldn't do that.
It's just like paint. Like when colors come in so many different shades and tones, and you look at it on the computer, it looks one way, and you look at it on the shirt, and it looks another way, and it's just like, well, that's not what I said I wanted.
Exactly.
Like, oh Lord.
No, for real. That's the do you guys have a lot of issues with that though? Because on the computer, it literally looks like a whole different shade.
Especially red.
A lot of clients will send us artwork, and it'll look a certain way to them, but then once they transition and put it on a t-shirt, it looks different. And they're like, oh, what happened? I'm like, well, that's how the color transitions, and that's how the computer interprets it. So we have to make changes. So like we had to do with you that one night, we sat, and if it's something we have to do, then it's something we have to do, because I'm not I'm not about to lose a client because we can't figure out your artwork. Does that make sense? I will sit and we'll drill it out. If it takes all night, then it takes all night, and hopefully that loyalty and dedication will carry over the next time you're thinking about reordering shirts. Like, oh, I could go to SD or I could go to Walmart, but they didn't sit up for 2 hours and try to figure out my color.
People remember the dedication. Like, I have a recruiter that I worked with last year, and she was so dedicated to get me this job. Like, and I'm like, why is she so dedicated? Like, you know, and she was working overtime, and then it didn't work out the job. I interviewed and everything, and they ended up closing the position. And a year later, they opened a position again, and somebody else told me about it, and I just reached out to her like, you know what, she worked so hard to get me in there that I'm just gonna reach out to her and just tell her like, hey, I heard the position open again. And she's like, what? And instantly she went in there and got me in, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so people remember that dedication, and I truly remember like that dedication.
I try to give that to each client, that personalized touch to their orders. Like, I care about your shirts as much as you do.
Right.
That brings people back,
and that's how I felt.
And I like it with people, their clothing lines, just trying to start a company. Like, if you give me a glimpse of your vision, we can sit and punch out the rest. But
I need a glimpse though.
So obviously they saying y'all gotta come with some ideas. Y'all gotta come with something. Y'all need to say.
Don't set up the meeting and then we bring you over to the office and it's like, well, I want to start a clothing line. and then that's all the information you have for me. Like, anything past that I can do myself. So it all comes back to planning. If you plan right, everything will progress the right. Planning and patience, the 2 P's. Planning and patience.
And everything
patience
will come together.
And everything will come
together. And remember, we ain't on nobody's time but man above time.
Right.
So we on God's time. So everything will happen in His time. And my grandma tells me that all the time. To this day, and I'll be like, I want it right now. This should happen right now. It should happen yesterday. Like, what is going on? My grandma's like, who's time you on? You on the man above time. So when it happens, and then I'll find myself calling my grandma a month later, like, guess what happened?
Right. She's like, I told you.
Yes. So we on His time, definitely.
So, what are some frequently asked questions that y'all might want to throw out there that y'all could probably be like, okay, guys,
I got you. I can run down the frequently asked questions.
Go ahead.
Here we go. It's plain and simple. Turnaround time is 5 to 7 business days, meaning Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday do not count. What's another one? Artwork. Artwork is at a cost. You cannot come to a t-shirt company and say you want a shirt and say, hey, be creative. Or just do whatever you would like. Because I can't charge for that. And that's time wasted. I can be printing somebody else's shirts. So coming with a vision will help your process and save you money. The more you know about what you want to order before you actually contact us can actually save you dollars. Not knowing will cost you a lot of money, and it's not for us being malice or not knowing what we're doing, but time is money. And if I have to spend 3 hours with you figuring out a shirt color, I have to bill for them. If you're with your lawyer or a doctor or a dentist, they bill you by the hour. So I have to do the same thing if you don't give me at least a glimpse into your vision. So that's another thing.
Especially with logos. Again, we, by all means, we try to be fair as much as we can be, but I definitely, as an accountant, had to let him know, like, okay, look, we spending too much time. Some things can be done at no cost. But if I'm sitting on the phone with you for 5 days texting about one shirt, and it's like all this time, and it's just a text, but we're at work, we're printing other things. Like, again, time is money. But one thing I can say that it's not really a frequently asked question, but it's something that people need to know. And as far as what does it take for us to come up with the price? If you go on our website and fill out the form for a request a quote, pretty much all the questions I need answered to give you a price is there. Yes. However, if you do not go that route and you just want to send an email, I definitely would like to know, you know, how many shirts you're getting. You know, what color are the shirts? What size are the shirts? You know, just those little things matter and they make a difference, because the more information you could tell us about what you want printed, the better price I can give you. If you're telling me that, you know, I want this shirt printed this way on a white tee, but screen printed and it's 50 colors, I'm gonna automatically say, well, if you want it on a white shirt with all these colors, to be most cost effective, do the sublimation printing. You know what I mean? However, if you want it on something else, I'm gonna suggest those ideas. So you can't just say, well, I want this shirt. Let me just get one shirt. Right. Okay, one shirt with what on it? You know what I mean? Right. I might can vinyl that shirt, or I can DTG that shirt. Those are two different prices. Right. So the more information they can give, the better and accurate pricing we can give.
I know one thing that I would normally ask, and y'all probably get too, is it different prices? Like, for example, if you want prints on the front, the back, sleeves.
The pricing differs in a lot of ways.
There's so many variables.
Every detail of your order that you tell me changes the price. Every aspect of it. If you want a polyester shirt as opposed to 100% cotton, somewhere in there a couple pennies are going to change. If your design goes from a one color to just a simple two color, your design is going to change by like $1 or so. If you change from adult shirts to used shirts, the price will change. If you go from XL to 2X, the price will change. So there's no set price when it comes to screen printing. It goes
when it comes to t-shirts, period.
Yeah, that's true too. Yes. The t-shirts, there in any product really, there is no set price when it comes to it. The set price comes to when we finally get your vision out of your head on paper, and we can itemize it. That's how we determine our prices.
Somebody can tell you she charged me $20 for one shirt, and somebody can also tell you, well, she charged me $7.50 for 100 shirts, and both of those are true. Right. You know what I mean? Right. But this person got 100 shirts and they got it printed this way, while this person got one shirt and I printed it that way. It's not cost effective for me to screen print one shirt. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. So all those little things definitely makes a difference in your price.
Also, the number of shirts you get. If you get one shirt and I have to set up my whole setup to print one shirt, the shirt's gonna cost you $20 to $25 because I still have to go through the same spiel about printing 100 shirts. And the person that gets 100 shirts might get the shirts for $7, and if those two people meet, you're like, oh, we got the same shirt. Now I paid $20 for mine. Right. Well, I ain't paid but $7. Right. And they go, oh, how you got yours? Because I got 100 of them. Right. It makes a difference. So the more shirts you get, the better price you get, and the more cost effective it will seem. So, like to all my people starting your clothing lines, or whatever the case may be, buy them, get them in bulk. Don't get a massive amount, but 2, 3, 4 of each size will save you a lot of money as opposed to one shirt in your size that you want to wear around and try to create a buzz off of.
But definitely what I can say as well, if you do not have to buy in bulk, I don't suggest it, just because a lot of the times I see young entrepreneurs coming out of their pocket buying all these shirts, and if you got the shirts on hand, 9 times out of 10 your friend not gonna pay you for the shirt. You're gonna give them the shirt, and you're giving away money or giving away a product that essentially you pay for. You know what I mean? So I try to also recommend people like, do mock-ups, post a mock-up, you know, take pre-orders, pre-sales. That way you're not coming out of pocket. The customer has already covered your cost for the shirt and your profit for the shirt. So it helps you, and it's a win-win. They get their product in a timely manner, and you're not coming out of pocket with your own money and then stuck with product. And so that No inventory is always good.
Right. And I think that's what you guys suggested for me too when I first started. I think I was gonna do that where I got just bought a bulk, buy 10 smalls, this, that, whatever. And I think you guys suggested like do pre-orders and whatever. And I did that and it didn't work out better.
Unless that's where it's like a little devil's advocate, because we both said something that's kind of contradicting, but they both play.
Right.
Because there's some clients out there that have come to us that need 100 shirts because they guarantee when they step out that concept,
it depends on your needs.
But we also have our smaller clients that come in and be like, oh, I want to start something, I want to get a buzz going.
Right.
That's when we pull back like, hey, take pre-orders, take baby steps, because you might not want to jump off the porch like that. So it's give and take when it comes to ordering.
Each situation is different because some people do come through the door with their clientele already. Like their idea is literally together.
Right.
Their business is right here, and and then when I came back to you guys, I was like, okay, my business is coming. I mean, it's going, just starting. Yeah. So that definitely was a better suggestion for me, who I'm just starting. I didn't know I was gonna legitly have people that was gonna buy my shirt.
Rock with you,
exactly. But people did rock with me.
And to that point is we don't take advantage of people, because we could have just easily be like, oh no, you need to stock up, get 100 of these shirts, so we'll have the money, and then you sitting here with 97 shirts, like
okay, like what?
I try to operate our business like that as well, because the supplier is local. We do not keep shirts in stock. I order shirts, or we order shirts as the orders come in. I don't need to go order 100 white shirts and nobody's ordering 100 white shirts. Now I'm stuck with these 100 white shirts when I can just run up the street when I do need them. You know what I mean? So just look.
You gotta do it smart.
Yeah.
Period. You
gotta smart and not hard.
You gotta plan.
You gotta plan.
You gotta plan. You gotta do it the right way.
Well, y'all seem like y'all definitely heading on the right path, and y'all doing the right things. I mean, y'all definitely grown since I've started working with you guys. So I know for a fact that you guys are dedicated and, just like you said, personable, and you want to get the work done. Like I said, that was a great experience, knowing that, okay, I couldn't find my color. I didn't know what the color was, but y'all took the time out to say, okay. And he was still working. Y'all still doing stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like about to have the baby. I don't think you had the baby. I don't think you were pregnant. So you're walking around talking about, we finna find out what this shirt color, girl, with the stomach. I was just like, but y'all really, you was like, I think you had the baby not too long after that. So it's just knowing that you was super pregnant and just ready to go. You was miserable, but you still, And that was one thing I wanted to ask before we wrap up, is like, how do you guys, and we kind of started talking about it, but how do you manage the business and be parents? Because I know,
like I was telling you, time management is also key in your success. If you can't turn off your business, then it's going to be hard for you to, in a sense, incorporate good time management for everything else. You have to be able to separate business, family time, and personal time. Like personal meaning not even with your significant other. If you have one,
you alone, like
your me
time.
Right. So you have to set boundaries and times for everything, and you got to be disciplined to stick to them.
Right.
Discipline. Because I take a quote from Denzel Washington a lot, and I try to apply, and she's helped me get back on that horse of applying this. Dreams without goals remain dreams. Right. And ultimately fuel disappointment. Right. Because of the failure to reach the dream. But you didn't set the goal, which all made it crumble. Right. So dreams without goals. Right. Just dreams. It's just dreams.
I'm still struggling to balance it all.
I was just gonna ask y'all. As a couple, like how? Because I know she seems like she could get high strung, like I could get high strung. Women help me get high. But how do you guys keep it together? Because I know, like on a regular, that's why my ass single now, because I know on a regular I get high from for everything, and it's like, oh my God, you know, when things not going my way, I just don't, I the pressure, and then you know, so how with
it's hard.
this, like, how do you guys keep it together?
It's hard.
Because how long y'all been together? Because I know y'all been together for a minute.
9 years.
Yes, black love.
9 years. And the crazy part is we've never really been away from each other.
Aww.
So like since the day I've met him, we've pretty much like been rocking with each other since that day. We ran a club together. I mean, we've done a number of things together. So this is not our first business venture.
Wow.
However, I can say I think this is our most successful business venture together. So I mean, we rocking with it and we rolling, but it's still hard to balance. It's hard to balance just on a daily basis. But we work together. We don't always like each other. We don't always see eye to eye, but I can't say we are very good partners. You know what I mean? So, whereas I probably should be home taking care of the kids and this, that, and the third. Even my grandma asked me this morning, like, okay, you get the kids up. Kids, like, no, that's not for me. In the morning, I don't worry about them. That's on him. He gets them ready for school. He drops them off. Make their breakfast, you know, make their dinner, get them ready, get them to after school extracurriculums because I'm at work or running around. So, and if he can't do it, it's all about communicating.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just, hey, well, you gonna be over here. How about you knock out this, and this, and I'm gonna be over here and I'll do that. So we communicate a lot on the regular to keep it going smooth.
And it's all about learning.
Yeah.
You have to communicate and you also have to learn. Like a lot of people talk to respond. They talk to reply. Well, no, I'm sorry. They listen to respond and listen to reply. They don't listen to understand. You gotta listen to understand what people are saying and find out and learn your partner. But a lot of people get with people for the benefit of their presence and not the value of their company.
Ooh!
The value of somebody's company for life and not playing on the benefit of their presence.
Right.
So it's all about learning your partner. Like, I know when it's time to give her space, and I know times. I'm sorry. I know times when it's time to give her space, and I know when it's times to press her. And I know at times when she's being a little bee, and I know I get you, and you have to, in a sense, stand up and be the man and just
And
say, are you finished? Now let's get back to the business, because this is the way, or this is what I meant by that, and this is my plan. A lot of companies and couples fail because they don't let the other person know they plan. They go head first with their agenda, not remembering that, hey, you got a partner. This isn't you can't see the person you're with as baggage or a liability. You got to see him as an asset and a partner. So you have to play off each other's strengths and support each other's weaknesses and not get upset with other people's weaknesses. Because at first I wasn't the best communicator. Like I got diagnosed with PTSD when I got back from Iraq, and through therapy and my fiance, it's helped me transition into the verbal person you
because I
wasn't this person.
I would have never thought he was gonna talk that much. Like I literally thought when we said when I reached out, I thought you were gonna come, and when he's like, okay, me and Ben, I was like, oh, we gonna come because
he never talked to you. Super chill.
Yes.
And that's why everybody be like, oh, Krys, the t-shirt girl. And I be like, y'all just don't know. I probably 90% of the time don't print one t-shirt.
He does it all.
But see, that's all about knowing your partner and playing off each other's strength. She is a very sociable person. She is very outgoing and she can talk to anybody. I was never like that. I'm learning those traits now, but I was never like that. So she's better at them. So why not make her the face? And I'll just do what I've been doing and be the muscle. So it's all about playing to your partner's strengths, and that's what will sustain your company. Will it always be smooth? No. Will you always agree? No. But that's, in a sense, the beauty of it, because you get to see somebody else's point of view in life and also business. Because first of all, if your relationship isn't right, don't start a business. Your business, just like a baby, not gonna help the relationship get closer. So, like, it's all about the foundation. Our company, iPrint, is built off the foundation of our family.
Right.
And that's how we succeed.
Nice. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love you guys' vision. I love what y'all doing, and I definitely see y'all, and I see y'all growing. I see a lot of people repping y'all now. See y'all logo in so many different places, so that is definitely what's up. Yeah. So let the people know where they can get you guys, where they can hit you up if they want to use your service.
It's simple. www.iprint-tshirts with a Z at the end.com.
Yes. Social media,
iPrint Tshirts, IPRINTTSHIRTZ. iPrint Tshirts. Now look at me, it's been a long day of printing T-shirts. For the clients that are coming by tonight, you'll probably see this and know why. It's been a long day.
But just look for the P. It's normally blue, but if you look for the P, I mean,
we aren't far behind.
You know, I know, right? And I thank you for taking time out of your
we appreciate
busy schedule to come in and sit and talk with me and just tell me about iPrint T-shirts.
Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your platform. This is major. So,
and this is how it all works. This is how we all come up as a team.
I know.
Yes. Leaders. We need more leaders.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, let's talk. I mean, this is totally off topic. Okay. Totally off topic. But I did say I want to also throw little things that's going on in the society in the segments. And it just came to me. I wanted to bring it up earlier. Did you guys hear about the shooting that happened at Lake Mary High School today?
I heard something big about it.
I haven't been on anything today, so no.
A 17-year-old girl. She shot and killed herself in the auditorium.
I did see that. Yes. And it was a little bit after first period or something.
Yeah, like 8:30 in the morning.
Yes. And they remember hearing 2 bangs, and yeah.
I heard a rumor, I don't know if it's true, so I'm gonna say rumor, that she killed her ex-boyfriend first and then killed herself. But I wanted to get you guys' opinion or even point of view, why do you think these kids are running to suicide?
Because go ahead. And and then this is my thing, and I find this to be true because I am older. I'm an 80s baby. I was born in 1982.
Me too.
So when I was coming up, all this technology and all this access to the world, we didn't have it. We had beepers and cell phones, and you couldn't see each other.
And even then, beepers and cell phone came out.
So there was, in a sense, a cloak and dagger type shadow to life. There was mystery. You had to actually go out and do stuff to see stuff. These days, you can experience the world from your bedroom. And what people don't realize is that's lonely. It leads to depression. That people don't realize that they, in a sense, get addicted to social media to feel like they're connected with the world. But it's the world through a filter. And what people don't realize is you can't raise your kids with your head down on the cell phone. And YouTube will not raise your kids. Will it help them? Yes. So what? And how I feel like we can stop all this violence out here is people go back to parenting. Stop phoning in your adult responsibilities. If your child spends 90% of his time when he's at home in front of an Xbox or Call of Duty, and they shoot him up bang bang for 9 hours before they go to bed, so that's probably all they dreaming about. And then when they at school, all they want to do is go home, and all they thinking about is violence. Well, the first time somebody make them mad, what you think they're thinking about? That's how you handle things, because you're not interjecting a better way to approach situations. They're learning it from the street and from YouTube.
Music.
And, the streets are teaching your kids instead of you. So I feel like if we go back to parenting and adulting and raising our kids the right way, we can alleviate a lot of problems that we have out here. So
I think that this generation, we coddle them.
Yes.
They are so spoiled spoiled that anything happens, their whole life is over.
And they break down.
It's like they're so privileged.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the main issues.
It's crippling.
They don't know. Like when I was on the way to work today, one of the topics I was listening to The Breakfast Club, and they were saying that the question was, would you pay for your child to SAT, like to pay for that,
would you
pay for them to get into a school?
Stars just got caught up.
Yeah, and I'm
like, and what the stars don't realize is, okay, you just paid that teacher $15,000 to pass your daughter, but your daughter didn't learn anything. So what they're saying is, what you're doing is essentially by coddling or enabling your child not to learn hard work and not to actually struggle, which is something we as a people don't want to do. We don't see our kids struggle, but in a sense, struggle makes the person.
It does.
The struggle teaches you how to strap up your shoes and go get it, as opposed to, well, what are you going to do for money? Well, my whole life it just showed up on my account. So I'm going to just sit around and wait for it to show up on my account somehow.
That's why a lot of these kids are falling. Because
But also, I feel like, and this just as a parent, as a woman, like, we gotta listen to these kids. You know, you have to listen to these kids because I tell my kid all the time. He'll get mad, oh, I hate this, I hate that, and I'll be like, oh, it ain't no reason why you should be hating this, or you got it good, like, why you feel this way? But obviously it's something going on making him feel that way. That's making him, say those things. So whether they mad, angry, you still have to listen to that, because the mad tone is just like the drum tone, you know? So you have to listen to your kids. This is not 1980, 1970, the kids speak when spoken to. Is not like that. You know what I mean? Yes, kids need to stay in a child's place by all means, but you have to talk to these kids
because of the time that we're in, because of the exposure and the things that's going on. We have to talk to them more.
You do,
and we have to. Like we just have to let them experience like that. That's the one thing I did being a single mom. I just is like, I can't coddle everything. You guys have to experience.
You gotta bump your head.
Yeah, you have to experience. You know, and I like listen. Like even when me and my daughter watched, they had that show out on YouTube show 7 Reasons Why, 13 Reasons Why. And we watched it and I was like, oh my God. And
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, and in a sense.
Simplest thing.
Yeah, it's the simplest thing. And in a sense, this girl had a good time.
Right now. Her parents would never even think that she was going through that. And a lot of the times, I've found just dealing with a teenager that it's the kids are so hurtful. Kids are so mean. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it's the adults and the teachers as well, but it's kind of harder to identify when it's the adults. But kids are very mean.
That's what I feel like is ruining society. Is technology. Because back in the day when me and you were coming up in the 80s and 90s, if somebody wanted to be mean to you, they had to do it to your face.
Right.
So it humbled people. Well, we can talk it out and. Okay, I guess I'm not so mad. I didn't mean to disrespect you that way. Now that we're face to face, we can work it out. These days, people can hide behind a keyboard, change their name, and say some of the most hurtful stuff. And it might not be true, but it made them chuckle.
But that hurtful thing could be the icing on the cake for that person on the other end. You never know what somebody else wants.
You're right, but I just feel like people need to stop running to suicide though. Like, I understand it all. I understand it all, but the thing is, I feel like it's just, like that's the first option. It's like, and then these kids, and they'll be like 9-year-old. Like, how do you know to go hang yourself? Like
they know. You want to know how they know? YouTube.
Yeah.
But we knew that too. We knew that. We knew how to hurt ourselves. Our generation was more afraid of what your mom was going to You know what I mean?
These days, the kids don't, in a sense, have that primal fear of their parents anymore.
I mean,
because parents are getting younger.
Yup.
Parents are still out in the club, and kids are, in a sense, raising themselves. So they take the information that they get, no matter where they get it from, which you can't censor if you're not in their lives like that. And they taking the information and running with it.
Yeah.
And you don't know what their friends know. You don't know what their friends seen, what their friends bringing back to them. My kid come home with some of the most outrageous questions. I'm looking like, who you been talking to?
Right.
And if you're talking to your friends, when y'all talking about this at school?
Right.
Like, what is really going on? They're exposed to so much.
And too soon.
Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it, in a sense, because of technology and get ahead of it. But you just got to get ahead of technology and instill in your family and your kids that this is the way that we are going to succeed. Whatever they doing out there, let them do that out there, because it's not what's up. It's not going to help us out.
And one thing I would say, I was telling somebody today, the one thing that we need to learn is that the hurt, the pain, the disappointment is temporary.
Very temporary.
When I was going through that hurt time at the end of last year, I was like so depressed. I don't even know how I was still doing the podcast.
Right.
I was literally so depressed.
Yeah.
But I kept telling myself, I said, Tasha, in 2 months, you are not even going to remember that this, or it's going to be such a distant, or you might look back and say, dang, I'm so happy that happened because now I'm in a better position. Like it happened for a reason.
Makes you appreciate it more.
Right.
Yeah.
So one thing I wish people could really understand is that is so temporary. That breakup is temporary.
But you gotta have a strong mental to understand it's temporary.
It's temporary. Yes, that test you feel is temporary. Your mom, you can crash your mother's car into the house. I know you mad, your mom mad, and I'll be mad too. And it might take a few weeks, but it's temporary. A few years down the line, when you grown, and y'all gonna laugh about it. You know, y'all gonna laugh about the fact that you stole the car and crashed it. I'm telling you how to steal a car and crash it. But what I'm saying is,
when you can look back, you'll see how much stronger it made you that you still here, that you got through that obstacle. You know what I mean? Because what don't kill you make you stronger.
Guys.
That is definitely like, I mean, that's
so live,
true.
Guys, live. Do not
be
stop. Live and stop taking your lives. I know it's probably easier said than done. I know you're probably going to mental health.
Just talk to somebody. If you notice, the number one thing with suicide victims is they wish someone to just ask them, how was their day? What's really going on? And
listen. Actually listen to people. Like, if people give a lot of signs that they're going through stuff, like me personally, I couldn't recognize it until my fiance recognized it for me, that depression is a sickness and it's contagious. And what people don't realize is you can rub off your depression or your bad mood on somebody not knowing their tipping point. So you have to be mindful and find inner peace about everything that you have going on. You got to step back and self-evaluate from time to time, which people don't do.
Celebrate small victories.
Small victories. People always look for the shebang, and it never comes, and they fall into depression, and they stop doing this, or they end that, and they don't want to do it anymore. Stop looking for the big bang. Take one podcast that went successful, and that's a small victory. Well, you stack 10 of them on top, and that's a nice size victory. Like, okay, don't get upset because we only printed one shirt. Next week we got an order for 500 shirts just came in. So small victories and patience. And I can say to all the young people out there that are going through something, finding somebody to talk to. I don't care who. If you want to email me and go on my website and request a quote just to tell me how you feel, I'll accept that. Like, I'm here for you. Do not feel like nobody is listening to you. If you have a problem, reach out and talk to me. call me personally. We can talk about anything, because that's all it comes down to is people take the road of suicide when they feel like nobody is listening, so there's no point. Well, I'm here to listen because I've been through it and I've gone through it and I've come through out the other side and I'm still going through it. Therapy helps. Talk to somebody else with a non-biased ear, and just spill your guts out and see what's given back to you from a non-biased ear, and it will help your life. But you gotta listen, and you also gotta acknowledge what you're going through,
yes,
and then just talk to people. Don't be ashamed. Shame is another contributor to suicide. People are so ashamed to tell somebody what their problem is.
Yep, thinking that the next person doing better than them.
Or hasn't gone through it.
Yes, and they have, but you don't know that. You
right.
know, you'll be surprised of who's like, you know, not in a sense jealous, but envious of what you got going on, not realizing you don't really got nothing going on.
Right, absolutely.
Just open up.
Just open up.
That's all it's about. Open up and speak your heart. Because somewhere in this world is somebody going through the exact same thing you're going through. I promise you. So you're not alone. That's what people always need to realize, and I had to realize myself. You're not alone out here. You're not alone. So don't.
They holding hands, y'all. They holding hands.
Because I've been rocking with him for a long time, and it took him a minute to realize he does have PTSD. And one thing about the military, they teach you and they train you for combat, but they don't unteach you. They don't turn you off when you come home. You still in that mode. Yes, and I mean, he don't go to the bar for certain reasons. It's just too many people. It's too much going on. Like, I'm surprised he's somewhere where his back is not against the wall. You know what I mean? Like, he needs his back against the wall so he can see everything.
Right.
Just little things like that. And for me, I wouldn't think twice about it.
Right. We don't. Yeah.
He's had to fend for his life. You feel me? So, just him recognizing that he does have it and just trying to do something about it, that was the first step. Yeah.
It's all about understanding and compromise, because being with somebody with a mental health issue is not easy.
Right.
We're not the easiest people to deal with because we're so wishy-washy and in and out of our feelings. So it takes a lot of compromise and understanding, but you have to, as a partner, understand that he is going through something. He's not a regular person just being a-hole. He is actually going through something mentally that he can't control. So I have to, in a sense, subdue my own feelings to understand his. And then we always work out. It's all about understanding. That's all.
Nice. Well, I am so happy you guys came on the show.
We're happy for having
just shared your story and your journey. So we gonna wrap it up, guys. So thanks for listening to the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom, and we out. Peace.